Arsenal played Bayern Munich in the Champions League. This is probably the biggest game, not the biggest game, but the biggest test Arsenal have this season. Probably the biggest test Bayern Munich have. It's two of the best teams in Europe going head to head. Of course, Arsenal are at home. We had the home advantage. We just came off a 4-1 win against Tottenham. Bayern Munich, I think they came off a 5-2 win against Freiburg. I think it was 6-2. I think at least they got 5 goals and assists. He's on fire. Ebrice Eze, he got a hat-trick. He's on fire. This is lining up to be a really good game. But before we get into the preview, make sure you drop a like, make sure you subscribe. We're trying to get to 10,000. Bro, we're literally around like 70 away. So if you can't hit the subscribe button, it'll mean a lot. 10,000 will be a crazy number, man. The journey's been amazing. And if we can, let's try and get 80 likes on this video. It's a bit of a late preview, so I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't get the 80 likes. But if you guys can't make it happen, it helps your boy out. It pushes out into the algorithm. Let's jump straight into it. Got to mention, in this video, we are going to be doing our match preview. We're going to be doing a combined 11, our predicted lineups, and we're going to be giving our match prediction. Let's take a look at a few of the stats. It seems that Martinelli is our top goal scorer. He does look like he's going to be back from injury. That's a big plus. But this is the worry. Harry Kane, 5 goals in the Champions League. He's on craziness right now. If I click on him right now, how many goals has he even got this season? 14 goals in 11 matches. This guy, he's going to be the problem. He's been a problem for Arsenal for many years. He's going to be returning to the Emirates. He's probably going to score a goal, if I'm being honest with you. If there's one man on planet Earth to score a goal against this Arsenal team, it's going to be Harry Kane. This is the predicted lineup that FootMob have come out with. David Raya in goal, Jurriën Timber at right back, William Saliba and Hincapié with Calafiori in the back line. I think that's what we're going to go for. But then again, I still want to see some more rotation. You know, Ben White, you've got Mauzu Skelly. These players, they need more game time, right? I think I saw a stat where Mauzu Skelly's only played 90 minutes, Ben White's only played 70 minutes, whereas Jurriën Timber and Calafiori have almost played 1,000 minutes. So I think we need to distribute the game time a little bit more. But then again, I do understand it is Bayern Munich. You probably want your most fit players, your most sharp players, your most informed players playing these type of games. But then again, you also have to consider we just played Tottenham. We have Bayern Munich, and then we have Chelsea, who are probably our title contenders on the weekend. So, should we rest? Should we rest for Chelsea? I think Chelsea is probably a more important game than this game against Bayern Munich. It's just a very difficult fixture. It's interesting. I don't think Mikel Arteta will rest the players. If they're fit, I think he's going to play them. They're predicting Zubimendi, Declan Rice. I expect nothing else. Ebrice Eze in the number 10 role. I expect nothing else. Unbelievable form. Who knows? Maybe Eze could score another hat-trick, you know, if we're feeling a little bit audacious. But he's going to be really hyped for this game. Bukayo Saka on the right, Leandro Trossard on the left, and Mikel Merino leading the line. It seems that Victor Gyökeres isn't yet available for the Arsenal team. It seems like he's still suffering from an injury, so it is going to be Mikel Merino leading the line, which I have no problem with because he's been pretty good leading the line for the past year or so. So I have no concerns there. Leandro Trossard, he's been on really good form. So honestly, this is a lineup that I do think can beat Bayern Munich. That is if we go with this lineup. The predicted lineup for Bayern Munich, when you take a look at the team, you've got Neuer in goal, you've got Laimer at left back, which is interesting. I think their back line looks a little bit weak. I know Upamecano, he's been really good for Bayern Munich this season. But when you got Stanisic, Laimer, Jonathan Tah, 4-year-old Neuer, like, it's not moving me too much. And then you have the midfield pivot of Pavlovic and Kimmich. Both of these players are really good. Obviously, Danger Man, Elise and Harry Kane. These two are the ones that scare me. Gnabry and Carl, not so much. But these two, they're the problem. Let's take a look at all the players that are unavailable for the game. It seems that Martin Odegaard is a doubt, despite the fact that he was on... It seems like he's almost on his way, but I think Bayern Munich is a little bit too soon. We could see him come back very soon. Same with Victor Gyökeres. Gabriel, he's good. He's a really big miss for this type of game. I think this is the type of game where Gabriel Magalhaes, he manifests it. But then again, I said the same thing against Tottenham, and I think Hincapié is quite similar to Gabriel in a sense where they're really aggressive centre-halves. They get stuck in, they're fearless, and I think he's going to rise up to the challenge. I back Hincapié. He had a good game against Tottenham. Gabriel Jesus, he could make the bench, you know. I know Noni Madueke is back. It doesn't say he's in the injury list anymore. He's back. Could be very interesting. Could we see Noni Madueke in the starting lineup maybe? I don't know. But yeah, Gabriel Jesus, hopefully we can see him on the bench. That would be a really good positive. And obviously, Kai Havertz is still injured. In terms of Bayern Munich, Alphonso Davies, a really big miss. He's been injured for a while. Musiala broke his leg, so I don't think he's going to be playing any games anytime soon. But yeah, he's another huge miss. And the biggest miss of all, I think, is Luis Diaz, who misses out due to suspension, which is a big plus for Arsenal. Obviously, he'd be coming up against Jurriën Timber. I still wouldn't be worried. But Luis Diaz, he's been unbelievable for Bayern Munich recently. So that's a big positive, if I'm being honest with you. They're missing probably one of their best players, but then again, Arsenal, we're not even playing with a striker. So it kind of counterbalances itself out. Obviously, looking at the Champions League table, Bayern Munich are first, Arsenal are first as well, if I'm being honest with you. We haven't even considered a goal in the Champions League yet. Hopefully that doesn't change against Bayern Munich. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet. Both teams have the same goal difference, same points, undefeated in the Champions League. The two best teams in the world right now, undisputedly. So tomorrow something's going to change. Someone's going to take first place, and it's not going to be joint first. Someone is going to be absolutely first, unless it's a 1-1 draw or 2-2 draw. But yeah, this is a really good matchup. Now, moving on to my favorite part of the video, the Arsenal Bayern Munich combined 11. And in goal, this one is going to be interesting. It's either David Raya or Manuel Neuer. If you asked me 10 years ago, absolutely Manuel Neuer. Even if you asked me 5 years ago, it would have been Manuel Neuer. But if we're basing it off this season, I do think David Raya has been the best goalkeeper in the world, joint with Donnarumma. Honestly, he's been flawless, if you could say. Manuel Neuer, he's getting a bit old now, but if you was to ask me, obviously, overall, it's going to be Manuel Neuer. His body of work, I think he's one of the greatest goalkeepers, probably the greatest goalkeeper that I've genuinely witnessed myself, if that makes sense. Obviously, Iker Casillas, I saw him growing up a little bit. I actually really liked Iker Casillas when I was growing up, but Manuel Neuer is the one where I saw in his prime, growing up in secondary school, where I understood football. Best goalkeeper of all time, but David Raya takes a spot for me. Right back, it's either Jurrien Timber or Stanisic, is said, or Lima. It's just going to be Jurrien Timber. If I'm being honest with you, I do think this backline gets dominated by Arsenal. Left back, we're going to go Calafiori. I'm sorry, I don't think they really have any... I don't think you can really dispute this, if I'm being honest with you. We're going to go Calafiori for left back. And at centre-half, I'm actually going to go Upamecano. Hold on. How do you spell his name? Upamecano at left centre back. I'm going to partner him with William Saliba. Obviously, Gabriel is injured. Hincapié literally made his Premier League debut start against Tottenham. He's looked really good, but I think it's too soon to put him in. And I know from what I've heard, Upamecano has been brilliant for Bayern Munich. He's been one of their best players, so it's a bit illegal to leave him out. And then you got the French connection at centre half. You know, this is a really strong backline. I wanted to sign Upamecano a couple years ago when he was available for £80 million at Leipzig, but seems like it's working out for him now. In the midfield too, this one's difficult, because someone key is going to miss out. And if we're going to be completely unbiased, I think Joshua Kimmich has to go in. I rate Kimmich to the highest rate. Like, if he was available, and I know he was available on a free, potentially on a free, I think it was a season ago or 2 seasons ago, I wanted to see him at Arsenal. This guy is an elite footballer. Zubimendi, though, he's been unbelievable. But I am going to have to go with Kimmich on this. Zubimendi, it's a little too soon, right? Obviously, at the end of the season, conversations can be had, but it's too soon to put Zubimendi in over Kimmich. So I am going to go Kimmich in the number 6 role, and I'm going to partner him with Declan Rice. Obviously, probably one of the best midfielders in the world, if not the best midfielder in the Premier League. You could argue that. That's how good he's been for Arsenal this season. He's been so crucial for us, especially in our last few games. So good, man. This guy, so underrated. People hate on him for no reason, man. This guy's elite centre midfielder, man, especially with the box-to-box. I think these two would look really well together, if I'm being honest with you. In the number 10 role, I'm going to do something interesting. To fit all the best players in, I'm actually going to put Michael Elise in the number 10. I'm going to put Bukayo Saka right wing. And on the left, we're going to go Eberechi Eze. Even though Trossard has been unbelievable for Arsenal, Eberechi Eze just bagged the hat-trick against Tottenham, right? And honestly, Trossard just misses out. Luis Diaz, obviously, he's suspended, so I am not going to include him. Just look at that free. Look at that free. That free is an absolute joke. Bukayo Saka, because I know Elise has been playing in the number 10. He played in the number 10 in the last game for Bayern Munich, got himself 5 goals and assists. So it's not to say he can't play there. Eberechi Eze, we already know about the link up between Eze and Elise, and then you have Saka to join them. Mad. That front three is ridiculous, and especially when you partner them with Mikel Merino. No, I'm joking. It's gonna have to be Harry Kane, the best striker in the world, joint with Erling Haaland, you could say. You can obviously make a case for both strikers, but it is going to be Harry Kane. But just take a look at that team. That team is ridiculous, bro. Especially that front four. God damn, with the midfield two behind them as well, with potentially Zubimendi coming in, bro. This team is unbelievable. one of the best combined 11s I made this season so far in all these previews. Just take a look at that, man. But yeah, this is my combined 11. Let me know down below if you agree with me, whether or not you'd make any changes. I think this is the best combined 11 you could make from this team, because this is looking really good right now. And finally, moving on to the final section of the video, my match prediction, what I think the scores are going to be. But before I tell you mine, make sure you let me know yours down below in the comments. I want to read how optimistic you guys are feeling, what you guys are thinking. Are we going to win? Are we going to draw? Are we going to lose? It's really difficult to tell because both teams are really good, really strong defensively and going forward right now. But of course, I'm going to have to back the Arsenal. I'm going to say we win 2-1. I think it's going to be a 2-1 game. I think Harry Kane probably gets on the score sheet. Elise, very fun to watch. Obviously, him and Eze linking up. I do want to see him and Eze do the Lewandowski Marco Reus little thing, you know, when the meme between Lewandowski and Marco Reus when they look at each other. Cameraman, you got a job to do for that one. But I do think we go with a 2-1 win. I think we win just about. I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a bit cagey. It's going to be a bit uncertain at times. But yeah, I'm going to go with a Bukayo Saka goal because in the Champions League, he's been ridiculous. And I'm going to go with a Mikel Merino goal as well. For Arsenal to win 2-1. Yeah, I think that's a pretty fair prediction. Let me know yours down below in the comments. Make sure you subscribe. Let's try and get 10,000 subscribers as soon as possible. And remember, 80 likes, it helps to get pushed onto the algorithm. It supports your boy a lot.